Well, Phil. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is not how I want to start off the video, but this is how my weekend's going. So it's my day off. Decided to change out my sway bar end links, and ordered them at AutoZone, and they ended up giving me 2 driver sides. So this is the old one off the driver side. This is the one I was trying to put on the passenger side, and driver side doesn't fit. And just called AutoZone, they don't have any in stock near me, so awesome. So I just put the old one back on, and at least I got to change out the little bushing though. So driver side is done. It's new. All right, so you're going back. All right. Well, we'll get into another project. I got these I can install on the hatch. It's a True Heart, so these bushings should hold up. The ones I got on there, I went on a little test drive last weekend, and I could feel the back end felt a little sloppy. I forgot I have these cheapo eBay ones back here, and I don't think you can see it there. Let me see if I can get a light in here. Those bushings are like, they slide in and out of each other. They just yeah, so we'll get those changed out, and then we'll give a little walk around on the car. I'll let you guys know the whole story about it. CFV's out of the way. Let's go ahead and get our work area blown off so I don't have to lay in dust and leaves. Am I kidding? They're all just gonna blow right back on me. Whatever. Cool. Alright, got that cleaned out. Let's go ahead and get it lifted up. Alright, let's go ahead and rip these off. We got our 14 millimeters.
Control trying not to block the camera at the same time.
There we go. Alright, so now we just gotta tighten it up. She was dead.
I should probably turn it first.
Same thing, ripping. Look how much it slid out. That's crazy. Well, that's definitely what I was feeling when I was driving. When I took this thing around the block the other day. Like, what is going on? Back end felt crazy. Crap's out of here. The new one. Why would they only put the logo on one side? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, just push this guy up. You over. I don't know, I'm doing this with swivel. Alright, that's done. Let's lower it down. Alright guys, so the installation is complete. It took about 10 minutes. 5 minutes aside. Not bad. So these are what came off of there. And like I was showing you, it just walked right out of the bushing. I can almost pull it out. Oh wait, I think I can. Yeah, so I would not recommend these unless, I mean, I don't know if the aluminum's any good or not. I mean, it's just aluminum, right? But I mean, the true hearts are a lot thicker. I mean, the machining's obviously better, and it has all the points to put like a sway bar on here, which I do plan on getting a sway bar. I'm just trying to save up the money for one, like nice ASR. Throughout these first couple videos. I know they've been like all over the place, and that's just because I had a phone, long story short, it broke. I lost like all the footage. So all the videos you guys have been watching have been from my Instagram reels, and so I just been like screen recording those and taking pictures, whatever I can off of whatever I uploaded back then when I was starting to build this. It was like a little over a year ago now. But so I bought this car in 2009, and basically it was just a shell. I'll throw a couple pictures up of it, and It was yellow, it was spooned out, but you know, it wasn't really done right. And I guess they raced it around a little bit. And they ended up selling it to me, and I drove like an hour south, picked it up for $500, brought it back to my house, and just blew it apart. And took it to my boy's shop. We gave it a paint job, just a white that I actually ended up just creating at the paint store. I was like, I want something really, really white that pops, makes another white car. I want their car to look dirty, so we came up with this color here. And got motor bay painted, the door jambs, I had the windows out, everything except for the windshield. So it all got painted nicely, put the motor in it, got the fenders on, all the body panels on, brought the car to my parents' house, and just life and work caught up with me. It sat there for like 5 years, not running or anything. And then ended up towing it to my boy's house out in Sanford, which is like an hour from here. And it sat in his barn for about 7 years. And then from there, ended up taking it to one of my friend's houses, and it sat in his house for like 2 years until I was able to get a condo that had a garage. So once I got a garage, I always told everybody, say, man, once I get a garage, you know, that's at my house, that when I come home from work, I can just chill and work on my car. I was gonna get a lot done. So that was the video, the part 1 that I posted was pretty much me getting the car home for the first time, being able to work on it in my own space. So like I said, I did get a lot done. We cleaned up everything, made it look real good. I replaced all the hardware with a Resto tuner and Password JDM. That's two big differences I noticed, because when you get rid of all the rusty old bolts, it really cleans it up a lot, because the paint was still the same, but it still had the rusty bolts and it just did not look very nice. I did get a lot of the oxidation off of here, or corrosion, whatever you want to call that. That's comes and goes, it comes back. So I'm just gonna let it turn its dark color that it wants to be. I did end up picking up, because everybody was recommending, where'd it go? The aluminum brightener. And I can do it again in this video. I'll put a little bit on there with a brush and let it foam up and stuff. But I mean, it got it brighter, I'm not gonna lie. It's a brighter aluminum, but it still has the dark marks. So it wasn't getting rid of those. Let's see, what else? I ended up throwing suspension on it, just some max speeding rods, you know, some real budget-friendly coilovers. And I mean, they actually feel really good on this chassis, I guess, because I mean, it doesn't really weigh anything, so you don't have to go super crazy on your budget build. I redid the fuel system on it because for some reason I wasn't getting good fuel pressure with the old lines and everything. I don't know if they were just corroded, and well, obviously they were. If you guys seen the last video when I dropped the fuel tank, the fuel pump must have been original. It was just completely rusted, and the tank was full of rust, so that's why I ended up just replacing the tank. I ended up finding one for a good deal. Refinished the rims. As you guys seen, I painted these. It's like a custom color that I mixed up. I'm calling it like Galaxy Black. You can't really see it right now. Let me see if I can get the I can't get my flash on in this view, but yeah, it has like kind of like Galaxy Sparkles. That's why I went with the like titanium color, because it kind of changes the same color this changes is the same color metallic I have in there. Come around over here. These are all original OEM fenders. The hood is carbon fiber with like it's like a fiberglass skeleton here, but the top is carbon fiber. But it was just in so bad a shape that one night, me and my friends, I was gonna buy a new hood, and they were like, "Oh, let's just break this one." I said, "If it doesn't break, I'm keeping it." And well, we jumped on it, We hit it, we slammed it down on the floor, and it did not break. It had an original crack in it right here, and it didn't even get worse. I mean, and we were slamming this thing on the floor. So just decided to keep it. I was like, all right, well, I said I was gonna keep it if it didn't mess up, and it didn't mess up. So I'm just gonna rock with it. I guess I might paint it. So let me know what you guys think. Should I do like a satin black and kind of match like the mirrors and the trim? Should I do a gloss black? Sure, or should I paint it white? Should I just match the car? So that's something I'm really curious about, because that's really one of the last things that I need to paint on here besides the wing. The wing and the trunk lid right here. And I had to do this. I had it off for a really long time, so I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. This part here was lifted up like really high, and it would slope down low over there. So I thought it was the actual hinge itself, and I could not find one for sale. I looked everywhere. Nobody had them. Junkyards, I can't find this car in a junkyard anywhere around here. So ended up just starting to hammer on it, and got this area kind of hammer flat, but then I noticed it had a big bulge right here. So when I flipped it over, where the hinge actually mounts, on this side it was nice and flat, and on this side it was like that at an angle. So apparently it got bent somehow. When this got bent, it made all this pop up, and it just looked horrible. It was like a big hole, like you could almost stick your hand in there. So that's all fixed now. I just have to paint it, because when I was hammering this all flat, it cracked up the paint and stuff and put, hammer marks. So obviously I had to sand it down, feathered it out. Now it's ready for some base coat and some clear. I did all the rust damage, because if you guys know on EFs, this channel in here rusts out really bad, and it pretty much rusted out this whole corner all the way around to like here. So I cut all the rust out. I hit it with the acid, like rust eater stuff, protectant, 415. And then from there, I went over it with their sealer, like encapsulator type. Like it's like a really thick, it almost looks like JB Weld and primer mixed together. Like it was like that kind of like consistency. And you kind of just paint all that on all the rust there that you got, and it prevents it from coming back. So before I did all that though, I wire wheeled as much as I could, killed as much as I could, cut as much out as I possibly could, replaced it with fiberglass, and I mean, I try to do everything the right way, so that way this will never happen again. But so far so good. It does not leak at all. Like I've been in this car and just let my son, he was spraying it with the hose, and it was not leaking on me at all. And I decided to go ahead and grab a new bumper. Ended up finding one for a great price, and got new lights in it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the whole tops black. And that's when I decided, I'll do the trim on the side, and had to carry it over to the rear bumper. So I think it came out great. Like I loved it when it was all white. I thought it looked amazing all white, and I was kind of scared to do the trim on it, even though I've seen a million hatches with the trim on it. I just really liked how it looked all white, but now that I did it, I'm so happy I did it. It really pulls it together. And then this lip here, I believe this was for an Acura Integra Type R. I literally, guys, I bought this probably 15 years ago, like right when I was doing the build. I had this on the other bumper, and I believe it's a Type R, and I just mounted it. So it's mounted all the way around with screws, but then I also put on the corners here to hold it real nice. It's just some beauty washers, and then I had to cut a lot off because I think it was sticking out like to here. So got all that cut off of there. And I do have all the stock OEM mud flaps. I know they're hard to come by nowadays. Everybody wants a lot of money for them. As for brakes, so these are Acura Integra GSR brakes. It has a Brembo rotor, and then just stock calipers with some Duralast Gold, baby. And then the same thing in the back, GSR, just some no-name rotors and Duralast Gold pads. So with the front lip on, all the trim on, I was like, I have to do something with the rear. So luckily I found a lip. It was on eBay for a good price and threw it on there. You can see my exhaust is not centered right now because my test pipe is actually a little bit too long. I got to cut some more out of it, and it's pushing my exhaust forward. So the whole exhaust is kind of kinked forward, and it hits my fuel tank a little bit. Like, yep, you heard that? That's it hitting my fuel tank. So I just gotta get that cut, have this pushed back, and then I can fit the grommet on there. Because right now it's so pushed this way, I can't even reach to put the exhaust hanger on. Let's see, interior. So when I first bought this car, I was just gonna gut it, make it like a little race car and have fun with it. But after so many years and holding on to it, these things are getting collectible, guys, and I didn't want to thrash on it too hard and beat it up too bad. So I started getting the interior kind of cleaned up and put together. So I got rear seats in here, and they're like a nice red stitching. Found these at the junkyard. Got the panels in the back. Got a NRG seatbelt bar, harness bar. And this this part, you guys are gonna love it or hate it. I mean, we'll see what you EF guys think. But so this is like an Acura Integra center console, which I love because it feels so good on your elbow. You get a nice little storage there. You get a nice storage here, and I just again put some beauty washers, and there was two. No, there wasn't no place to mount it here, so I ended up just drilling a hole through, and then I put rib nuts in the actual chassis of the car, and these are bolted to the rib nuts. And then this is out of like an EK. So it's an EK cup holder, because these cup holders actually work. The EF ones, the EG ones do not work. The EK ones work. Two different sizes. Beautiful. I was making a little cover down here. That's real carbon fiber, but there's not enough room to put these. So when I first made it, I was gonna put it like here, like line this up, block all this off of carbon. But then I was like, dang, I kind of like this cubby right here. It's perfect to put like the phone or something. So that's when I put the carbon here, and I drilled holes in it. And then yeah, this one is so long that it's hitting back in here. That's why I have all this loose right now, because I'm trying to figure out what to do, but it's hitting back here. So I don't know if I want to drill all that out or just move it forward and lose this little cubby hole here. And then, guys, EG dash. And so yeah, this is a real EG dash. When I bought the car, like I said, it was a shell, and I was gonna gut it anyway. So I was like, well, let me just throw in a dash I got laying around. And I ended up throwing this dash in, and then realizing that throwing the dash in, I had to use the EG center steering rack. I mean, not steering rack, steering shaft. So I got all that in, and then got the cluster, or the little bezel here for the ignition. Don't mind my kill switch right there. It's for the main relay. But then went ahead and wired up a 2000 SI cluster here with super low miles, 56,000 miles. And it all fits pretty damn good. It doesn't move. There's a little gap right here, but that doesn't bother me at all, because when you're sitting like this, you see all the gauge is perfect. The clock was working, but now for some reason it stopped working. It still has power to it, but I think the clock just died. Stock Honda radio, and this will not work without or this is stock CD player, sorry. It will not work without the radio. And if you guys know EGs, this is normally where the climate control is. So I'm looking for a stock radio that I can plug this clip in, and I should be able to have all this functioning, and then just run new wires for the speakers and the doors. So I should be able to have some type of radio in here. And if not, then I'll just put like another stock Honda radio, and then put a ghost box right here. Just snap on the ghost box, hide it back here. It all looks stock, and then it'll be Bluetooth to my phone. So that's one thing I'm thinking. Door panels, I don't know what to do, because if you look, there's not really too much space. Like once I close the door, it's pretty much flush. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do some type of, because it gets really close right here, like really, really close. I don't know if I have enough room, or if I could build this out to all be like aluminum, or if I can somehow get the aluminum into shape, or just cut out this shape for the aluminum, maybe put something here, like a, I don't know, like a cover or something. But it's not important. Like this does not bother me at all. Like, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the walk around, guys. I hope you enjoyed the install of the lower control arms. Like I said, it was a 10-minute job. Just wanted to bust that out because last weekend when I took it around the block, it just felt so weird, and we found out why. So I do need to clean this hatch. It's so dirty, like it's been sitting for months. But opens up so smooth. Shocks work, everything works. Hinges are all back on. Yeah, I painted all inside of here again, just refreshing it because it had like some rust starting to come through. So it's coming together, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any tips for me, or places that maybe I can find parts for these. And I am looking for another one just because I had so much fun working on this, and it's kind of to a point where I don't want to do too much more to it because the body's so original. The motor bay basically doesn't have anything wrong with it. Like I didn't drill big holes in it. There's not stuff mounted everywhere. I kind of did like a little resto mod to it, just restored it, made it look good, covered up the unnecessary holes that you no longer need. And I left some just in case, but I found little grommets and stuff for like everything that I could. So all these are sealed up, plugged up. Got a nice little aluminum plate right there. The intake was Speed Factory, and I got this, I think when I built the car. Like, yeah, it must have been, because I haven't bought anything for this really since. And I did find these. There's some side skirts here. Think about making something like this for the hatch. These are for an S2000, and this one is actually broken. You see it's way short. But my idea is to maybe take the good one and make a template out of it. Make it a little bit longer and run it like this. I don't know if you guys can see it good, but something like that. I think it looks kind of good. Kind of ties into the black, and then it won't put me super, super low. I mean, if you guys don't like the idea, it's whatever. I still might rock with it, but I do like the, who makes it? MPC? I think it's MPC that makes them, they're like aluminum, like I don't know, they look like aluminum sheeting, like for your house. But they did go down here. It does look clean once you have them on the car. I haven't seen them in person and felt the quality of them, so I mean, I don't want them to be like some really thin crap and it bends on everything. If you guys have experience with them, let me know. But I think that's gonna end the video for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday. We try to get the CRV riding right. I got the front sway bar end links and bushings replaced. Got the driver side rear 100% done. Now we just gotta do the passenger rear actual link itself, and she should be riding good. And then I'm gonna replace the suspension. Just probably get the stock suspension on it because they sit high enough. Like they have like 8 inches of ground clearance, so that's plenty for the stuff I do. And the 4-wheel drive helps out a lot. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and peace out, man. I'll see you guys on the next one.